I'm sure you've seen a lot of people using Claude Code to build apps, websites, and all sorts of useful tools. But did you know you can also connect it to Blender and start creating 3D scenes with just a few prompts? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to install Blender MCP using Claude Code in only a few prompts, how to get it working quickly, and then I'll walk you through some real examples of what it can actually do. But that's not all. I'll also show you a special trick that can seriously improve the results by giving Claude Code a customized Blender skill to guide it better. So if you want faster setup, better prompts, and stronger outputs inside Blender, this video is for you. Let's jump in. To get started, go to the download page of Claude Desktop and install it on your machine. Download the installation file, run it, and within just a few minutes, it will be fully set up on your PC or Mac. It's a very straightforward process. Once installed, you'll need to log into your Claude account. In my case, I'm using the Pro version here, which gives access to more advanced features. Once you open the app, you'll notice three main sections at the top: Chat, Cowork, and Code. Chat is essentially what you're already familiar with. If you've used Claude in a browser, it's great for conversations and general tasks. Cowork and Code, however, are where things get much more powerful. These modes allow Claude to interact with your computer, make changes, install tools, and automate workflows. Before I show you the examples, I want to start with the exact prompt I used in Claude Code to install Blender MCP in only a few prompts. I was very specific. I told it I wanted Blender MCP installed for Blender 4.5 because I have different Blender versions on this PC and I did not want the wrong one to be configured. I also told it I wanted the setup ready to work with Claude Desktop, which is where we are running Cowork right now. Now, what is interesting is that Claude Code did not install the extension straight away. First, it checked my system, confirmed that UV was already installed, found my Claude Desktop config, and then gave me a set of manual instructions. It told me what to download, where to click in Blender, and what to change. But I did not stop there. I insisted that it should actually do the installation for me. After that, Claude Code found my Blender 4.5 installation on the PC, downloaded the add-on directly from GitHub, placed it into the correct Blender add-ons folder, enabled it, and updated the Claude Desktop MCP configuration. So this was not just a case of AI giving me instructions. After a bit of pushing, it actually completed the main setup steps for me. Then the final step was simply restarting Claude Desktop. After reopening Blender 4.5, I pressed N to open the sidebar, found the Blender MCP tab, and the button there says Connect to MCP Server. That is the point where Blender is ready to connect and start working with Claude. And if you do not see Blender in the connectors, do not worry, because that is usually an easy fix. In my case, restarting Claude Desktop solved it. I personally prefer to do that through Task Manager, just to make sure everything is fully closed and nothing is still running in the background. After restarting, Blender was there among the connectors. The first thing I did to verify that everything was actually working was very simple. I asked Claude what was inside my Blender scene, and it worked immediately. It correctly identified the default startup scene, the cube, the light, and the camera. After that, I asked it to animate the cube. I wanted it red, bouncing around, and changing shape as it moved through the air, almost like an elastic jelly material. And honestly, the results were pretty cool, especially if you have zero experience in Blender. It set up the material, created the bouncing motion, added squash and stretch, and gave it that soft jelly-like effect. Then I pushed it a bit further and asked for a longer and smoother animation. It extended the timeline, improved the motion, and made the whole thing feel much more natural. So for a first test, this was actually a really nice way to confirm that Blender MCP was working properly and that Claude could already control and animate objects inside the scene. Now, after testing that Blender MCP was working, I wanted to try something more ambitious. So my next task was to ask Claude to create a modern office chair in Blender. And to be fair, it did create the chair. It generated all the main parts: the seat, the backrest, the armrests, the gas lift, the 5-star base, and even the wheels. So at first glance, it looked like a success. But this is where a very important issue started to appear. Even though the parts were created, they were not always properly connected to each other. In other words, Claude was good at generating individual components, but not always good at making sure the geometry came together in a clean, solid, properly assembled way. And that is exactly why I created a custom skill. This skill acts like a rulebook that tells Claude how to build geometry properly. It helps avoid the common mistakes that can make 3D models look broken, exploded, or badly assembled. For example, it fixes sizing mistakes with cubes, avoids unreliable cylinder rotations, and enforces proper overlap between connected parts so there are no visible gaps. So the goal of the skill is simple. Do not guess, measure properly, and verify every connection before moving on. And once I added that structure, the quality of the Blender results became much more reliable. If you observe any other issue you do not like, you can create more skills or upgrade this one, as I am putting the link to download it in the description section of this video. If you use, just say thanks in the comments. If you're enjoying this video, please support the channel with a like and subscribe for more content like this. Once I had the custom skill running inside Claude, I started getting some pretty exciting results. For example, I began with something very simple. I created a tree and a bush. Then I asked Claude to take those two models and turn them into a small forest. And honestly, this is where it started to feel really powerful. Because now we are not just generating one object at a time. Claude is reusing assets, arranging them into a scene, and starting to build something that already looks like a proper game environment. It already has that clean, low-poly game aesthetic. The trees are distributed nicely across the terrain, the bushes help break up the empty spaces, and the overall scene feels like the early blockout of a real playable level. It is simple, but in a very good way. It looks like the kind of forest scene you could build on top of for a stylized game. And that is what made this exciting to me. Once the skill was in place, Claude stopped feeling like it was just making random parts and started feeling much more like a real creative assistant for building 3D worlds. Then I decided to push it with a much more challenging prompt. I asked Claude to create a low-poly medieval village with 6 small houses, a central well, a dirt road, a few trees, warm sunset lighting, and even a cinematic wide camera shot. Now, to be fair, this was not one of those one-prompt perfect results. I had to ask several times to fix a few pieces here and there and clean up parts of the scene. But honestly, the overall result was still pretty cool to me. Because at this point we are talking about a much more advanced setup, multiple buildings, environmental props, scene composition, lighting, and camera work. So even if it needed a few corrections, it was still doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And that is really the point. With this kind of workflow, you do not always need perfection on the first try. What matters is that you can get to a strong starting point very quickly, then iterate and improve from there. The next thing I tested was animating a cube in Blender so I could get a nice video out of it. That was a simple but useful test because it showed that Claude was not only able to build objects, but also help create motion and produce something that looked good enough to turn into actual video content. But the hardest test came after that. I asked Claude to create a full scene with a bridge, and honestly, I was not expecting too much. This felt like the kind of task that could easily go wrong. But Claude did an awesome job. Looking at the result, he built a stylized wooden bridge going across a river, surrounded by low-poly trees and scattered stones. The bridge has these nice repeated diagonal supports, upright wooden posts, and a clean low-poly structure that makes the whole scene feel game-ready. It is simple, but it works really well visually, and it starts to look like a proper environment rather than just a random 3D test. The only problem at the end was that I was running out of Claude credits. So if you want to know how I solved that issue, stay subscribed to the channel because I'll show you my trick in another video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. See you in the next one.